Hi guys, welcome back. As you can see, this is going to be another part of my declutter series. I will have all my previous declutters linked below so you guys can check that out, because these things are kind of fun. So you can actually see, what I had my last declutter, which was like 6 years ago, versus what I have now. And I still have some of those products in here, so you will definitely see that. So some things, again, I am keeping for nostalgia reasons, and then some things, hopefully I can get rid of some of this stuff. But yeah, if you haven't already checked out my eyeshadow declutter that I just did, please go check that out. And yeah, so let's see what we can get rid of. All right, so as you can see, this is the same setup. I have my towel on the bed. This is one of my makeup towels so that things won't get all over the place, but this is going to be my individual blushes and then a couple of blush palettes. Start with some palettes. This first one is kind of nostalgic for me. This is when I was a Jaclyn stan, and this is going to be the Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Collection face palette. Now, like I said in my previous video, I used to be a huge Jaclyn fan, not so much anymore. She has had a lot of mishaps, and I don't know, some things I'm just not here for. So yeah, but the things that I do have that I love by her, I'm keeping. As you all know, Becca Cosmetics has also went out of business, so they are no longer, producing anything. So honestly, I'm just glad to have this. And I don't think I have any more individual Becca highlighters like I used to, but this was the back of the palette, and it looks like that. As you can see, a very young Jaclyn, so I love that. But this is the palette, and mine is definitely seen better days. It's kind of like dingy now at this point, but I ain't gonna lie, I still really love this palette. I have not used this in a minute, but I'm definitely keeping her. This is what the palette looks like. Honestly, the blushes and highlighters were amazing in this palette. As you can see, I hit pan on this blush. It was definitely one of my favorite very first bronzy blushy type cheek products, and I loved it. This was the very much infamous Champagne Pop, which was one of the very first pop and highlighters out here in the beauty community. And then this one is Prosecco Pop. So yeah, they both came individually, but I think I got rid of them over the years because I had this palette, so there was no point in me keeping them individually. And then these blushes were beautiful, so definitely will forever have this in my collection. Don't know that I'm going to be using it, but I'm keeping it. This next palette is actually kind of old. It is the Sephora and Pantone collection, and it looks like this. I used to have a few of these and just gotten rid of them over the years. As you can see, this one is kind of like crumbling and falling out. It had seen better days, but honestly, I'm gonna just get rid of this. I'm gonna just throw it away. I'm not even gonna try to sell this because it's a hot mess. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. This is a Sephora holographic palette. It looks like this. I have never used this. It is kind of like a blush and highlight type of situation, and I've never used her, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and get rid of this. Hopefully somebody purchases it. It is beautiful, but I've never used this, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. I have one Hourglass palette. I got this, I don't know, last year, I think. It's one of the ambient lighting palettes. But these are the shades I use more so for like blushy bronzers and stuff of that nature. So that is why I put it in here. It is very beautiful. Hourglass is pretty expensive. Do love this palette, so I'm not going to get rid of her right now. Moving on, this next palette is going to be by Patrick Ta, and I'm gonna try not to blind you guys, but this is the what is this called, Major Headlines blush palette. This is the very first one that came out year before last, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like this. The shades are gorgeous. matte blushes at the bottom and then cream blushes at the top. Very, very beautiful. I think I did a review on this or a comparison with the next one I'm going to show you. If I did, I will link it below. And then the next one is actually the second palette, which has less reflective packaging, which I like this packaging a little bit better. But this one looks like this, and it has 2 matte blushes, a highlight, and then these cream products at the top. I don't know, like I kind of want to keep it just because, but then I'm like, am I really going to use this? Because I really do like this blush a lot, so I may have to use this a time or two and then see if I want to keep it. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and keep it. All right, and this next blush palette is a more recent pickup I did in my Sephora haul. This is going to be the Melt Cosmetics Sarah blush palette, and y'all, this palette is so pretty. Again, the light really do be washing these shades out, but they are gorgeous. The only thing with this palette is it's super powdery, but for me, I can make it work. But you know, I don't know that I would buy more Melts blushes if they're anything like this, because this palette is really powdery. If it's on sale, yeah, but not for the original price. The original price on this was $58. I got it for $28 plus 15% off, so that was a steal. So definitely keeping that. Then I have 3 of these like stackable. Back in the day, I used to buy all of the Tarte cheek products that came out during the holidays, and this was one that came out a couple years ago, and they all 3 of them come with like a highlighter and 2 blushes. So I don't know if I'm going to keep these. Let me go through them really quickly. See, I like this like bronzer shade in here and this highlight, but I don't know if I'm going to use these. So these are kind of going to go in the maybe section. So yeah, again, light is washing them out. They are nice, but I mean, I don't know that I need these. So these are going to go in the maybe section. The like individual blushes, we're going to go ahead and start with these. This is the Patrick Ta She's So LA. You know, this is the blush. This is the matte blush and cream highlight I use as a blushy bronzer, and obviously I love this one, so it's no getting rid of this, and I would totally purchase this one again. So yes, keeping. All right, so this next product is by Melt, and this is going to be one of the blush lights. This was in Lynx, and this one is really pretty. It is a blushy, highlighty type shade, and I wear it a lot in the summertime, so I'm definitely keeping. And this used to be one of my favorite buxom blushes. This is in Wonderlust. Definitely going to keep this. Again, that like blushy bronzer type look that I'm always going for, these type of blushes are perfect for. I have this on this Natasha Denona blush in Bloom. This is gorgeous, y'all. This light sucks, but this is so gorgeous. It's kind of like NARS Orgasm, but like crazier, and I love this one, so definitely keeping. This is a Tarte blush in Adventurous. I think these minis, these are probably minis. Honestly, I don't really use these anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of this. And this is another Tarte blush. This was Exposed. If you know how hard people used to go for these Tarte blushes, Exposed was like their #1 blush, and it's not doing it any justice. The shade was really beautiful back in the day, but honestly, I just don't reach for these anymore. This is a mini, so I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, this next blush is by Essence, and this one is called 20 Be Spoken, and this is definitely one of my favorite blushes. Like, My favorite blushes consist of blushes that looks kind of like bronzers or like peachy blushes. So I just love these, so I'm definitely keeping her. This is another Essence blush. This is in Beloved, and honestly, I don't ever reach for this. I don't think I've ever worn this. This is new. Yeah, so I've never worn this, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. This is another Buxom blush. This one is the Wanderlust in Mykonos. Actually, I told you guys it was a Wanderlust. This is in Seashells, the bronzy one, so I love that one. This one is in Mykonos, and this is a really pretty peach shade, so I'm not flipping y'all off, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. It has some shimmer in it and it's pretty. This is a very old Becca Cosmetics in Sweet Pea, and this is another, this like started my love for bronzy blushy type shades. It's pretty light. Nope, no it's not. Can you see that? Yeah, that's gorgeous. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. Becca doesn't exist anymore, so like nostalgia. All right, so this next blush is the original Dior blush. This is the original Rosy Glow. This is in 001 Petal. I'm never gonna get rid of her. This is the original bubblegum pink blush. This one kind of meshes with your skin and you know, it becomes your perfect pink. So I'm never gonna get rid of her. And then following up with that, this is like the newer one, the newer version, and this one is in Coral, and it is a very pretty coral. So I'm going to keep her. I do see that they have new shades now, so I'm kind of interested in those. We have this Pat McGrath Labs. This one is in Desert Orchid, and this one is beautiful. Another blushy bronzer type shade that I love, so keeping. So now I have a couple of these Fenty Beauty cream blushes, and this one is in Tan Rose Latte, so keeping. This one is in Fugo Flush, keeping, because again it's shades that I like. And then this last one is in Fenty Glow, keeping. So yeah. All right, so this next one is pretty old. This is by Lancome. I don't even think they sell this one anymore. I don't know if they sell these blushes like this or anything, but it is really pretty. This was kind of that NARS Orgasm type of shade. Very pretty. I'm gonna put this to the side because I might get rid of this one. I think I may have another. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna just get rid of it. I don't need it. Then I have a very old Illamasqua Cosmetics blush. This is in Big. Do they even exist anymore? I don't know. They might. This is when they used to sell these in Sephora. Obviously they don't sell them in Sephora anymore, but it was a really pretty pigmented blush, but I don't really wear shades like that anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Do y'all remember when everybody was going crazy for these Sonia Kashuk blushes? This is in 03 Sunset. This is so old. Do they still sell these anymore? But this was so pretty, and like that was a very beautiful shade. I might actually keep this. I think I'm gonna keep this. I don't know if they sell these anymore, but yeah, I'm gonna keep her because she was really good back in the day. Y'all, I have some super old Victoria's Secret makeup blushes. Do y'all remember these? Victoria's Secret don't even make makeup no more, but they had some really bomb makeup. This is the Luminous Blush Duos. This one is in At Last, and this was a really gorgeous dark burgundy and pink like duo, and it was really pretty. But honestly, I don't wear stuff like that, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Then we have this one, which was my favorite. This was in Pleasure, and this has a really pretty like bronzy, deep bronzy shade with a light peachy shade. Two of my favorites. So I think I'm gonna keep this one, just nostalgia, but I'm gonna keep that. Then two really old blushes. Again, I'm keeping for nostalgia. Maybelline. These were the Maybelline. These were limited edition. They were their blushes. Everybody went crazy for these. This was in Coral Burst. Very beautiful. Look at that. Pigment is still beaming on there. And then this other one, this was my very first like lavender blush. This was in Wild Blossom, and this one was also really gorgeous. More so like a highlighty blushy shade, but so pretty. I'm gonna just keep these for nostalgia, but I probably won't ever wear those again. Then I have this Mally blush. This is in Perfect Peach, and I remember getting this in a set. It was a duo, and it had a highlighter because I really wanted the highlighter. What was I doing with this? Like, this thing is so light and ashy. It's a no. I'm getting rid of that for sure. Can kind of move on to a few of my MAC blushes that I have left. I don't have a lot of MAC blushes left anymore. Honestly, I just got rid of a lot of them because I don't wear MAC blushes like that. Like, there are some that will hold a place here for a minute, but some I just won't. So this one I'm kind of holding on to. The MAC and Riri collab. This is Bad Girl Gone Good. I don't wear it anymore. I wonder if I can still get rid of no, this was from 2013, so 10 years old. But I'm going to keep her. Now these, I don't know if I'm gonna back to MAC these or get rid of these. This is a MAC mineralized blush in Gentle. Yeah, not gonna wear that, so I'm getting rid of that. This was from the Extra Dimension collection. This was in Flaming Chic, and this was really pretty, but this always had like this weird cast over it. You could still use it, but yeah, no, I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, then we have the blush that really started all my love for bronzy blushes, and this is in Small Vanity. I used to really love this blush as like a bronzer blush type shade. It was like, but it's like mauve, so I don't know, but I used to love it, so I'm going to keep this one. This is from a collab. A lot of these were from collections back in the day. This is Ripe for Love. I'm going to keep this one. This is a really pretty like coral, so I'm gonna keep that. This one is another Extra Dimension and Pleasure Motto. This was the original Pleasure Motto. Remember, they brought back Pleasure Motto some years ago in a like duo with the highlighter, but this is the original one, so I'm never getting rid of her because she's always been a good blushy bronzer. This one is Animal Instinct, and honestly, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna wear this in the winter time, and then I never really wear it. So I have worn it maybe a handful of times, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. This is from one of their first Extra Dimension collabs. This is At Dusk. This is a really pretty baby doll pink. I'm gonna keep that one. I really need to see if I'm gonna actually wear any of these. Sometimes I do. This one I was still wearing for a minute. This is in Just Peachy, and this is the most beautiful like NARS Orgasm, but not as like red as that. This is like a pure like peachy shimmery shade. Just gorgeous. So I'm keeping. Another one of my favorites used to be this one, this Extra Dimension Seduced at Sea. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep her. I have this one, which was from the same Collection, and this was in See Me Hear Me. This one I don't think I've ever really used. It's brand new. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Then we have another Extra Dimension blush. This was in Cheeky Bits. I don't even know why this is in this packaging, but again, another, you know, NARS Orgasm type shade. This one is the most closest to NARS Orgasm, so I'm going to keep her. And then the last two blushes are from the MAC Kelly and Sharon Osbourne collection. This is the Kelly blush, and it looks like that, and I'm keeping because I really love this collection. And then this one is Sharon, and this is a really pretty pink. So yeah, definitely keeping both of these. All right, so this is what I'm getting rid of, and this is like 18 blushes, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And these are the ones that I have left. This is definitely what I'm keeping. I just decided I'm not counting all of this. I just counted what I got rid of, but I mean, I think I did okay. It's not horrible. It's not, you know, but for what I used to have, y'all watch my old declutters. From what I used to have, I think I'm doing a pretty good job with getting rid of things that, you know, I just don't use like that. So I have a couple more declutters coming. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.